Here's a quick story on daffodils in Bokashi while they're still looking so incredibly beautiful. This is the end of April here in Sweden, and really beautiful time for daffodils. And by the way, all our houses in Sweden are normally painted red, and I think that the yellow and red look fantastic together, but that has nothing to do with Bokashi. So daffodils like Bokashi soil, no problem with that. They also really like Bokashi liquid, and when these daffodils are finished flowering, they have to then collect up their energy and recharge for the next season. So it's a good time to water them with the Bokashi liquid to fertilize them is actually after they're finished flowering. So I normally cut off the flowers when they're dead and leave all the green parts so that the green stuff the goodness can go back down into the bulbs, but also give them a good dose of Bokashi liquid, several doses maybe, to help feed the bulbs so that they really charge up after this big work that they've done producing flowers now in the spring. The other thing you can do is in the autumn, if you if you grow daffodils in pots, if you take some of the big empty pots and use them as soil factories, so fill them 50% with some old soil potting mix and Bokashi, so that you have a layer of soil, a layer of Bokashi, a layer of soil, like 1/4, 2/4, 1/4. That will work perfectly, and you might want to store them like even in a garage or something over the winter. You can put bulbs in then so that while the Bokashi is actually doing its work and transforming in the pots, the bulbs are actually sitting there waiting for spring. And when you then bring the pot out in the spring, you've got the nutrients ready to go, and the daffodils are already in there ready to sprout. Just an idea. The other small thing with daffodils is that usually plant shops, at least we find here, after Easter or after the daffodil season, they usually have an awful lot of pots of daffodils that didn't get sold, and they look really sad and no one wants to buy them. If you talk to the nursery guys, they'll sometimes give you those pots, or you know, for very little money, give you a whole bunch of daffodils in pots, and that's where nearly all mine have come from. I just try to get like cheap stuff and grow it and divide it. So if you see what daffodils they've got after the season that were just going to be dumped, and bring them home instead, plant them down, feed them with nutrients in some way, and then you can start your own daffodil farm, which will just make you happy forever. It's a really nice extra thing you can do at the tail end of the spring after the season is over. So there's some daffodil ideas. Enjoy your spring.